Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new All For People's Mr. Federer sunglasses. The model number here is OV5553. But first, I'd like today's video sponsor our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So this new Mr. Federer frame, of course, is a collaboration between All For People's and Roger Federer, the famous tennis player. And with this new collection, what they're doing is they're bringing the kind of classic All For People's aesthetics and sunglass shapes to a more sport-focused line. These frames are based out of a bio-nylon material, and the lenses are a polycarbonate lens. So these are things that you traditionally see in something like a pair of Oakley frames, but All For People's is doing this much nicer, in my personal opinion, with a more classy looking lineup that again is going to be hybrid. It's going to look great off the court and on the court as well, which is, you know, kind of the whole point with this collaboration. Now, as far as the exact dimensions go of this Mr. Federer, they're only produced in one lens size, and that has 52mm lenses and a 20mm bridge. That's a really good standard size. These frames actually remind me of one of my all-time favorite All For People's styles, and that is the All For People's Opal Sun. They were famously worn by Barack Obama, US president, and they're now about $1,000+. So it's really cool to get something that's very similar to that style, yet a little bit different and a little bit more modernized, with the lack of the metal accents here on the front of the frames. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have in today's video, these have All For People's semi-matte brick colorway, which is a really interesting colorway. So here the fronts are made out of this matte nylon material, and then here if we move down the temples, these are also made out of nylon, but we can see some kind of beautiful toning here. It looks really nice. We can see some beautiful etching here through the temple as well. It looks really nice, and it kind of exposes the metal rod that is there for support. I really love these semi-transparent temples. I think they look really good in the sun, and the gold plating of the metals are going to really kind of pop on the light when you wear these frames outdoors. Now, with this new Roger Federer collaboration, All For People's has actually brought 5 new lens colors to their lineup. The lens color that I have in today's video have their Sahara color enhancement technology, which is going to be really good and kind of emphasize natural tones of cityscapes and mountain views. That's what they say. And they also do have this really nice mirror as well, which is going to make the frames pop again when wearing these outdoors. Even though these frames do look like they have a brown base to them, they're really not going to increase the contrast really too much, as you can kind of see there through the lens. Again, it's going to be kind of a neutral lens, which is kind of surprising for something that looks kind of like a brown lens. It's definitely not going to be, you know, like a classic Ray-Ban B15 lens as far as the outlet goes. It's going to be relatively neutral, but add a little bit of extra pop to it, but nothing too crazy there, which is really nice for people who don't like, you know, really saturated sunglasses. Now, if we take a look at the front of the frames, we can see there aren't any gaudy logos or anything like that whatsoever here on the front. Now, moving down to the outside temples, we can see a little 8 plaque, and the 8 plaque is there for a reason. It stands for his birthday, which is 8881, and then also his 8 Wimbledon wins, which is just absolutely truly impressive, really crazy. So it kind of pays homage to him with the little logo. So very discreet logoing here on the outside of the frames. Now, if we take a closer look at the frames here on the inside, we can see they do have a RF logo, and then they also say All For People's discreetly. And then if we take a look at the very nice and premium 5-barrel all-metal hinge, we can see it does have an RF logo there as well. And speaking of the hinges, these are very, very premium 5-barrel all-metal hinges. They feel very, very nice. And they also do have a temple cap as well, which is always a really nice touch. I absolutely love a good temple cap, and these are really good. And then if we take a look here at the inner right ear rest frames, you can see they say made in Italy. Now, moving down to the kind of bottom or tip of the ear rest, we can again see another RF logo, which is really discreet and looks good. And then here in the inner left temple of the frame, we can see the exact core code model information. Now, one thing I forgot to mention here when I was talking about the front of the frames, these actually do have a little RF logo here etched, kind of where the RB would be on a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. It's going to be a little bit larger and a little bit more bold, and it's going to be right there, and it looks really good. And again, very discreet. You're really not going to notice that unless you know what you're looking for. So that little RF logo, and I guess the little infinity plaque logo here, is going to be the only branding here on the frames. Other than that, you're just going to get a really classy and good looking sunglass silhouette. Now, as far as weight goes, these frames are very lightweight, coming in at 32 grams. So you can wear these frames all day long without any discomfort, which is really good. And they also have a really good balance to them as well. So you're not going to get any pressure points on the nose or behind the ear when wearing these frames. They also do have a really interesting innovation here, and they don't have any information on this online, but I do believe they have adjustable nose rests. So if we look here through the nose rest, we can kind of see this steel looking material through a clear nose rest. And I believe you can actually heat that up and then bend it and give it a custom fit to the face, which is really interesting. I haven't seen a lot of pairs of sunglasses do something like that, but I imagine that's the reason why that little steel piece is there. It's to hold the adjustment. So it's really nice to have that adjustability. And then they also do have these kind of rubberized ear rests, which feel really, really good behind the ear, and it's going to help the frames stick to the face, especially if you start to perspirate. It feels very, very similar to Oakley's unobtainium material. It actually might be their unobtainium material. Again, they don't say what it's actually made out of, but it definitely does a really good job of helping the sunglasses stick behind the ear, and it's going to help them not slide off, of course, because of that. And now, probably my biggest complaint about these frames is they do squeak a little bit, and that's because they have nylon frames, so nylon can be a little bit more squeak happy than some other materials like acetate. So here, just a little bit something, nothing too crazy, just a little bit of extra sound. Now again, my pair could be the only pair that does it. It could be a quality control issue, but it's just a little bit annoying. It makes them feel a little bit less premium when putting them on the face, just hearing a little bit of that squeaking. So not the end of the world, and it's very possible that the pair that you buy isn't going to have that squeak. For some people, they don't even notice it or don't even hear it if their hearing's not good, but definitely kind of a downside to me, and that's probably the biggest downside of these frames. Now, as far as pricing goes, these frames are going to run you $452 directly from Our People's website, and then they also do have them with polarized lenses for $502. Now, we also do have these available on our website for substantial discount off the original MSRP. I think we can basically do a custom order on any one of these pairs and sell it for at least $100 off the original MSRP. So if we don't have them available on the website, you feel free to send me a message on our portal there, and I'll get you some information about kind of like lead times and how long it'll take to get a pair of these frames in. But overall, a really good looking pair of frames. I really do love the kind of idea behind this style where you have a classic kind of Our People's styling matched with more performance lenses, so you can look classy and cool at the same time. And you know, personally, I don't love a lot of Oakley styles, even though they are very practical because of the nylon frames and then the polycarbonate lenses. Well, I guess Oakley actually has their O-Matter frames, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not typically the fan of a lot of their shapes. So this is a really, really cool collaboration. I can wear these frames while riding my dirt bike, and I actually have, which is kind of cool because they do have that shatter resistance. You wouldn't want to wear a traditional pair of Our People's frames with acetate frames and glass lenses while riding a dirt bike for, you know, obvious reasons. So here with nylon and then polycarbonate, it's a really good combination, and they're just kind of a great all-day use pair of frames as well. That's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think about this pair of sunglasses in the comment section down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know if you own a pair, what you think about it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.